What's up, all you minties? Uncanny Omar here from Near Mint Condition. And today I get to announce one Marvel Omnibus reprint and one brand new Marvel Omnibus. This is a big one, so stay tuned. This video is sponsored by Marvel Comics. So thank you so much to David Gabriel and the fine folks at Marvel for sending us advance notice of these two Omnis coming out early next year. Now, before I go any further, believe me, you're going to want to smash that like button. Hit it. Break that computer keyboard. I don't know, phone? People still use keyboards? I assume those are still things. Because this is a huge reprint announcement, and it is a huge brand new Marvel Omnibus announcement. I don't think a week goes by that I don't get asked about this particular omnibus if it's ever coming out, but we'll get there. Let's talk about the reprint first. This is one that was in our top 20, and it made it on the list. Sent that list over to Marvel, and here we are again. So you can knock this one off your list, because coming early next year is the new printing of Spider-Man vs. Venom Omnibus. That's right, this time with two covers. So first, let's take a look at this standard edition cover. So what we're looking at here is the main cover. This is the standard edition that will be available everywhere, drawn by Todd McFarlane. Of course, he is the co-creator of Venom, and this is the cover that they used for issue 316. So now let's take a look at the content. This collects Amazing Spider-Man 258, 300, 315 to 317, 332, 333, 346 through 347. There's a lot of this in here. 361 to 363, 374, 378 through 380. Web of Spider-Man 95 through 96 and issue number 1, 101 through 103. Avengers Death Trap The Vault. Darkhawk 13 through 14, Spider-Man The Trial of Venom, One Shot, Ghost Rider, Blaze, Spirits of Vengeance 5 and 6, Spider-Man, Adjectiveless Spider-Man 35 through 37, Spectacular Spider-Man 201 to 203, material from Amazing Spider-Man 373, 375 and 388, Amazing Spider-Man Annual 25 and 26, Web of Spider-Man Annual 7 and 8, Spectacular Spider-Man Annual 12, Marvel Comics presents 117 to 122, Spider-Man Unlimited 1 and 2. Those are the Venom subplot pages. And if you're comparing this to the original printing, it's the exact same mapping. This is the early appearances of Venom, even before he became Venom, when he was just the black alien costume. And eventually you get to see him become Venom when Eddie Brock and him merge. But you also get the entire Maximum Carnage crossover here, and that's the only place that it is available in oversized hardcover format, is in this omnibus. So let's take a look at the variant cover. This is the direct market cover. So the direct market cover is drawn by Mark Bagley, who was the main artist on the book at the time, and it is part of the Maximum Carnage crossover. It's from issue 378. And like I mentioned, it is the only place that you're going to get the Maximum Carnage event in oversized format. It's pretty much the chronological appearances of Venom. So if you have Venom Omnibus Volume 1, this stuff is not in that omnibus, so it doesn't do double dipping with that. If you have some of the Amazing Spider-Man Omnis, it does do some double dipping, especially those David Michelinie and Todd McFarlane, and the David Michelinie and Eric Larson omnibus. And honestly, I hope that the sales of this proves that there's still a want and need for these particular books in this particular era, because there's so many people that have been wanting a Spider-Man David Michelinie omnibus, and I myself am one of those people. So yes, I agree with that. It would be great to get that, kind of fill in that spot between Spider-Man versus Venom and the Spider-Man Clone Saga Volume 1. So let's talk about this brand new omnibus. I'm not exaggerating. I'm not kidding. There's not a week, sometimes there's days in a row where there's comments, Twitter messages, Instagram messages, Facebook messages that I am asked, how is this not a thing? How come Marvel hasn't published this book? What's going on? Now, if you've been watching my channel for a couple of years now, I've had this rule, this unwritten rule that I lived by for a long time, and I called it my oversized hardcover rule. So if I saw a book come out in oversized hardcover format, I'd wait about 2.5 years to see if an omnibus would be around the corner, and if it wasn't, I'd buy those oversized hardcovers. Well, I did that with this particular series because I waited 2.5 years. No omnibus, and honestly, it surprised me. It surprised a lot of people, hence all the messages I get, where's this at? Now I can finally tell everybody, well, it's coming. It's coming early next year. So, coming in early 2023, it is my honor to get to announce Superior Spider-Man Omnibus. Let's take a look at the standard edition cover. So here is the standard edition cover drawn by Ryan Stegman, who was one of the main artists on this particular run. I've always loved that image of Superior Spider-Man. Let's take a look at the content. As always, I will put the content down below here. So, Collecting Amazing Spider-Man 698 to 699. The A story from issue 700, Superior Spider-Man 1 through 31, as well as Superior Spider-Man Annuals 1 and 2. So, of course, 698 to 700 was the big story that led into Superior Spider-Man. So, Amazing Spider-Man got canceled, and it was replaced by this Superior Spider-Man monthly series. All written by Dan Slott at this time. Now, let's take a look at the direct market cover, and then we'll talk a little bit more about the omnibus here, and the stories that are collected in here. So this direct market cover is supplied by Joe Quesada, and this is the one that's going to be only available in the direct markets. So places like your local comic book store will be the only ones carrying it. So yes, all of this is written by Dan Slott, and drawn by Ryan Stegman, Giuseppe Camuncoli, Humberto Ramos, just to name a few of the artists that worked on this particular book. Oh, Javier Rodriguez does some stories in there too. Now, if you don't know the importance of this era, there's a big twist that happens here in the life of Peter Parker Spider-Man. There's a lot. I'm not going to spoil it because I know there's several of you that haven't read this particular era, even though it's impossible to keep spoilers out off the internet, but if you haven't read it, try to stay away from spoilers until the omnibus comes out so you can see exactly what everybody's talking about. But yeah, you can stop searching for those long out-of-print oversized hardcovers. You can stop searching for those long out-of-print complete collections, if you can wait, that is, because coming early next year, Superior Spider-Man Omnibus, baby! That's right, it's finally coming out. Now what are you guys going to ask me about? I guess Uncanny X-Men Omnibus Volume 5. What? Yeah. I'm pretty sure that's the one. Remember that as soon as these books go up for pre-order, to make sure you pre-order. Let me know in the comments which cover you're going to get, what you think about both of these books, and the content. This was the Uncanny Omar. I've got nothing left to say other than thank you, Marvel, thank you, David Gabriel, and thank you all for watching.